Senator Bonoff.
Madam President, point of personal privilege.
Senator Bonoff, state your point of personal privilege.
Madam President, when we had our meeting with regard to the Senate rules, in my role as Assistant Minority Leader, I was in that conversation. I actually requested that we put in the rules that our prayer be non-denominational. And Madam President, you at that time said, oh, that is not necessary. That is custom and usage. It is customary. We all know that our prayer should be non-denominational. Madam President, this was a serious departure from that, and so there are many freshmen here who may not know the tradition in the Senate, but it is important, you know, as someone who is Jewish, that was quite uncomfortable for me, and I think it's very important that we in the Senate observe and respect the tradition that all faiths are welcome and respected, and that our prayer never be said in such a way as to leave any person in this chamber, or for that matter, any Minnesotan left out. It is a tradition that we honor saying that prayer, and so I would urge you, Madam President, to use your role to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Senator Bonoff, we will do what we can. We invite pastors here to pray, and they may not always be exactly as we feel our traditions go, but we will certainly take that into consideration.
Madam President, that was an insufficient response for my request. Let me be more direct. I am requesting that when we have our clergy pray with us, that we let them know prior to their being here to pray that it must be non-denominational, or they're not invited back.
Senator Bonoff, the pastors are provided with a set of guidelines, and they are told that that is the practice, and we will make sure that you receive a copy of that so that you understand what the pastors are provided with before they are invited here.
Thank you, Madam President. And I want to make sure, because you were speaking, that you heard the final piece of mine, which is if they are not willing to observe that and we discover that in their prayer, then they aren't invited back.
We'll certainly take that under consideration, Senator.
Madam President.
Senator Brown.
I do want to point out that this is not in the rules, it's tradition. And when we invite clergy, they should have the right to pray however they choose to pray, no matter what their beliefs are. If we need to change the rules, then we can look at changing the rules, but it's not in the rules, it's tradition, and clergy has the right to pray however they choose to pray.